Hello folks, a very fresh updated mode. I am going to tell you in this video about the sqoop job automation. As in my previous video, you have got through about importing the data from RDBMS means a table data or record. It just imported to a particular HDFs directory by the help of sqoop job automation. Okay, that is good, but now there is some twist. In this video, basically I am also doing the same. I am importing a SQL table data to a particular HDFS directory with the help of sqoop job automation. But this time we will import the data in HDFS as a AVRO data file. That is a serialized file format, and then we will create a table on the top of this directory basically. So but the scene is we need not to remember or write all the column names while creating a table in Hive on the top of directory. So what we will do, actually when we import the data through to the HDFS directory as an AVRO data file format, then it creates an AVSC file, that is avroschema, in the local file system. I will show you while we will do properly hands-on. So in this AVSC file format, all the column name is sitting. We just see in real-time scenario there are lots of data, a huge data we have in the real-time scenario. So we have to deal with, and it may consist of many records, many columns. You will say like 1000-2000 columns. So in that case it is very complex to write or give column name in Hive manually. So we can fetch all the column through the avsc file. Okay, so we will try to understand this by a proper hands-on. So just sit tightly and focus on my screen. Step by step I will tell you all the proceeding. Okay, so you can see in my cloudera, if I just type ll, you can see there is no avsc file here because we have not started here. So first of all we just go in the SQL side and we will see in our ProDB database. You can see here, this is my database. There are two tables. First one is customer underscore src and customer underscore total. Okay, so suppose we want to import this customer source table to the HDFS directory, but we will import it as a AVRO data file. So first of all we see that what kind of data is sitting inside the customer src table. So we just type select string customer underscore src. Okay, show tables, drop table, use ProDB. I am not using the database. Okay, now select string from customer src. Okay, from customer src. Now you can see there are I think 31 rows. Okay, this is very small data, but in real time scenario you will see a very big data, a huge data, a kind of terabyte of data will be there. So how can we handle this situation? So every time we are not able to remember and give column names when we create the table in Hive basically. So you may see when we create the Hive table, then we have to give column names basically. Let's see, suppose there are 4 columns, 5 columns, 6 columns we can give, but suppose there are thousands, 2000, 3000, then we fetch these column names from the file which will create in our local file, like here you can see in this. Okay, so first of all what we'll do, we just type our sqoop job automation template. Okay, you can see this table data will import in particular directory in the hdfs. Okay, so I have already prepared the sqoop job automation. So first of all, like you can see, this is the sqoop job automation template. I can understand you, but now I am going to tell you that how can we give the all the details in the sqoop job automation. So first of all, we type sqoop job hyphen create. Suppose our job name is in job. Okay, we are creating just sqoop job in job, importing connect jdbc, that is the our SQL database connector, mysql, our local host is our host name, prodb our database name. In this database our table is situated. Okay, username, root, password file, that is the mandatory condition for the sqoop job automation. Password, we have to create password file, and we can fetch the password from any file location. This is not the hardcode password, this is hidden in some place where we can get this password. Okay, our table is customers underscore src, and we just importing this data. Suppose we can consider that is indir directory. Okay, so these are the condition is must: incremental append, check column, id, that is incremental in each year. Okay, and last value means 0, means the records will start from greater than 0. So the row will come 1 2 3 4, whatever the data. Suppose there are 31 records, they will come. Okay, and we are importing this data as a AVRO data file. So we will give this in the last of sqoop job template, that hyphen as hyphen avro data file. Okay, we are just creating the sqoop job. Okay, yeah, now you can see our sqoop job created. So how can we validate it? Sqoop job hyphen list. You can see all the listed jobs will be display here. You can see our in job. We will create our in job here. This I will create recently, so this will create. Okay, now our job is ready, but our data is not imported right now in hdfs directory, because we will shoot another command, because we have to execute this sqoop job. Sqoop job hyphen exec, what is your job name? In job, that is a template. Now we will shoot it, and we will see the data in our indir directory. So we already created another cloudera window where we can validate all over the data. So hadoop fs hyphen ls hyphen user cloudera. First of all, what we will see in our cloudera, user cloudera, how many files and folders are there. You can only one file is here. You can see sqoop. Our processing is carried out. Yeah, now you can see we have retrieved 31 records. Our job is successful. You can see here retrieved 31 records, means job is successful. Now we can validate it in our cloudera window like this. You can see here user cloudera indir. In this directory, our avro data is located. Okay, how can we validate it? Cloudera ended. Now you can see a part m avro is created here as a part file. Our data is just imported in this directory. Okay. Okay. Now our table data is imported in the indir directory as a part file that you can see here. But now I want to create a table on this top of this directory basically. Then we can read the data. So how can we create a table? But before this, you know, these files consist of many number of columns basically, and so we have to while creating a Hive table, we have to give table names basically, column names one by one. Suppose id, name, prodb, city. So there are various columns, so no need to worry about that. We can fetch these column names through a file that is called a avsc file. You can see in our cloudera home cloudera path ll. Now you can see while we importing the customer as src data, you can see a avsc file java and avsc file created here in our local file system. Okay, so all the column names is sitting inside this avsc file, avroschema file. Avsc means avroschema. So suppose we want to read this customer underscore src dot avsc. Now you can see this file is in a JSON file format basically. You know, there are various columns from very starting I will show you. So there are number of columns like id, username, these are columns names, support, host, date, time. There are many number of columns here. So while we will create an Hive table, then we need not to give these column names manually. So we can fetch these columns through this file. But before creating a Hive table, we have to import this data in our hdfs. Okay, that is mandatory. So we just put this file in the user cloudera like hadoop fs put our file name is customer underscore src to which in user cloudera in hdfs basically. Okay, that is mandatory condition. Customer.src.avsc. Okay. Yes. Now you can validate the user cloudera ls user cloudera. You can see now. This is user cloudera customer._src.avsc file. Recently we have put this file in this user cloudera and our user cloudera ended, in which our avro data file source is sitting. Okay, now we just open our Hive shell and you can see here our database is IDB. Suppose our database is IDB. Okay, show tables. First of all, we need to verify how many tables are there. You can see there is no tables. Now we will create a table, Hive table. Suppose create table I tab. Okay, now you can see the twist here. We will use, if we fetching the column names through a file, we have a mandatory sqoop template, that is the avro format Saturday file format. I will write here that proper template. uh, Create table I tab. I am not giving any column name. Okay, avro row format Saturday org dot apache dot hadoop dot hive dot Saturday 2. Okay, dot avro dot avro Saturday. Okay, and we will create an avro table on the top of this directory. So we use stored as avro, and location is, our location is user cloudera index. So we will give location user cloudera index. Okay, now we will give some table properties, table properties, and this is the basic template we have to give while creating a Hive table, and we want to fetch all the column names from the files, that is user cloudera as customer underscore src.avsc. Okay, so we have to learn this file path. That is really avro dot schema dot url, and our avsc file path user cloudera customer underscore src dot avsc. So this is our total template. We have to use this template for creating a table on the top of ind directory. So create table I tab row format Saturday. Row format means the data is in the row format, and Saturday means serialization, deserialization, and it will follow the path of, that is the libraries we use, or dot apache dot hadoop dot hive dot Saturday 2 dot avro Saturday, and we just stored this table as a avro, stored as avro, and location is user cloudera indeed on this directory. Basically on the top of this directory we are going to create a table, that is I tab. And where are the columns? So columns are sitting in this table properties, that is the avroschema url, that is, and our file is user cloudera customer dot, sorry, there is no dot, this one. Now create table I tab row format Saturday. Oh, we have to minutely overlook all this things, or dot apache do. Now we will create a table now. Okay, so our table is created on the top of this directory. So now you can see all the records will import in this Hive table. So we select asterisk from which table? itab. So all our our data is imported in this directory, or and we have created table on the top of this directory, so we can fetch the data through this table. But the quality is the main specialty of this table creation is we need not to create give any column names manually. So I hope you will understand all this concept. So I will summarize you again. Actually, in our Cloudera, we just create a sqoop job like this, and after creating our sqoop job, you will see our in job will create, and after that we just execute this job, and definitely data will import to the indir directory. Okay, then a avsc file will create. You can see here avsc file, this like customer. When we just import the data from this customer src table to the indir directory as a avro data file, then this avro schema will create even in our local file system. That is good. Okay, now we will import, or we can say we can put this file to the user Cloudera, I mean in HDFS side. First of all, we will do this work. Okay, and you can see in this avsc file various columns are there, id, username, many number of columns are there. So we need not to give these column names manually in the Hive table basically. So we can fetch these column names through the Hive table, and when we create our Hive table on the top of this directory, so this is the basic sqoop template. You can see here. This one, create table itab row format survey. That is the basic template. We have to learn this sqoop template basically. So this is the basic template for creation of table without giving any column names. We just fetch all the column names through the avroschema URL. That is the path our given in the user Cloudera customer underscore src dot avsc. So I think you can practice this process, and step by step you can fetch the data by creating a Hive table on a particular directory in which we need not to create any column name manually. We can fetch this data from the file system, that is we have put in the user Cloudera avsc file. So all the column names will get through this avsc file format. Hope all of you understand it very well. So I will make over this, and in next video I will tell you about the difference between the managed table and the external table. What is the basic difference between these two? So basically the basic difference between the managed table and the external table is drop functionality. Okay, So what is the drop functionality? Basically, manage table, just suppose if we create a manage table on a particular directory and we just drop this table, this manage table, then definitely the directory will get deleted. Okay, that is the specialty. But we, while we creating any external table on the top of a particular directory, and suppose we drop this table, drop this external table, then you will see the directory will exist. It's not deleted basically. So that is the specialty of external table. But in case of managed table, if you drop the table, then directory gets deleted. If you drop the table, basically that is the main difference, that this is called drop functionality. I will tell you with the proper handstand in a coming video. So till then, have a nice day. Goodbye, take care. Okay.